Okay, so to begin making crystal mines, we need a ton of iron. So back to playing the waiting game, but it's a very small quartz ore field, and we'll just drag it down right with this iron. Bring it back around. We could probably make the glass like right over here, make use of this space, and then send the glass up into the belt, or I guess we don't really send things into the belt until we use them, but I'm thinking probably making the quartz over here, or the glass here. I wonder what we need to mine this. I think it's just electricity. And then we can go ahead and see how do we turn it. How do we turn the glass, how do we make glass? Probably in the glassworks. Here are the glassworks, which we have all the materials to make, and it uses fluid fuel, which we have plenty of, or which we're making plenty of. We have some left over here, and we have some left over from the lead outpost, but we'll probably just make a dedicated fuel maker place for the quartz ore until I get circuits, because after circuits then I have flow control, like the overflow and the underflow valve, so I can properly connect all my fluids together and make it so that, you know, they're able to use, well, we're able to use excess. Okay, after a lot of thinking about what I'm going to do with my glassworks, I think I've decided that I'm going to make something that takes raw coal and turns it into charcoal. Then I'll use the what's it called, the tar and the coal gas that comes out of it to make glass for the glassworks. And then I'll take that charcoal and I'll send it up with this raw coal to our lead outpost, and at the very end I'll have it separate the charcoal out so it goes directly in the other machine. So it's a little boost to our acetylene, while also primarily being just for our glassworks. So I'll head to the lab and make it right now. But before I make it, I wanted to give a quick update here. So Expand Northern Gate has been completed. We're on our way to get Tier 0 quartz, but also to make the charcoal factory. Okay, so I've updated it, adding the electrical interface. I just took the one that used to take raw coal to turn into coal to turn into charcoal to turn that into more coal gas, and I just removed the charcoal turning into coal gas part. I just realized I don't have an output for charcoal yet, so let me add that. Okay, and so I added it. Let's go ahead and give this a test. Just realized that I need probably to put some vents and sinkholes here. So let me grab that real quick. Here's a vent. And let's get a sinkhole. And they are connected now. So all we really want is charcoal as the output. I forgot to whitelist this instead of blacklisting them. We only want lead oxide here. As we can see, we are making charcoal. Yep, and we are moving the coal as soon as possible. So yeah, we'll go ahead and take this charcoal and we will drag it all the way up to the glass. And then we'll drag the coal gas and the tar to the glass production block, wherever that's going to be. Alright, so here is the charcoal that makes the coal gas for us, and then here is our glassworks. So if we ever need anything else, I'm just going to expand it downwards like this. If we need, like, you know, flasks or whatever else we need to make glass, it's easily expandable downwards. So that's good, and it's just producing glass for now. We're going to hook it up to our system here to see if it works, and also if the gases of the fuel produces any kind of backlog, or not backlog, like what's the word? If it produces any byproducts. Basically, I'm checking for ash. But yeah, I'll go ahead and plug it in, then I'll give it a test. Okay, we are plugged in. This is filling up with coal gas, and this is filling up with tar. Then we need to put an infinity chest at the end so it consumes everything. And I forgot to make it take quartz as an input. Okay, so here comes everything. It's plugged in now, and we have the coal gas and the tar ready to go. So let's see if it eats everything up. Okay, it seems like this may be fast enough. If it isn't, we can just extend these underground belts to fit more surges on. But it seems like we're producing molten glass. The molten glass is going, it seems like it's going into this one first, and we're producing glass. Awesome. It doesn't seem like we're producing enough molten glass for this one. But, I mean, we just start for 2 for now. We just need to produce enough glass to make, I forgot what it was. I was even making botanical nurseries so that we can fully automate wood, even though we've had a big enough stockpile of logs that we didn't need to. But, I mean, fully automating it is a big check off the list. Seems like it's working. We're running out of fuel. Okay, so yeah, we're definitely going to be held back by this and the amount of raw coal, but we will, as soon as we get circuits going, be pulling from coal gas and tar from other systems. We'll also expand this for every new type of fuel we get, because yeah, this will be the dedicated fuel source, but we'll have excess fuel from other production systems as well. Okay, so I've just updated how they look a little bit, but otherwise I will be blueprinting them. I'll be blueprinting them and porting them over right now. I'm thinking of placing it kind of arbitrarily, maybe like below the line a little bit, like right here could be a good spot. And then I am placing this one, which is the glassworks, which I want to extend down. It's got to fit in between these 2 lines, because these are the ones that well, these are the ones that I might have to expand down. So I can do it on the same level here. And I can actually have my output that comes out on this side switch back over to the left side. Okay, so it's not complete yet, but this is the setup that I'm going to go with. I'm pretty psyched that we have a lead oxide, a line for our lead oxide to go to immediately. And then also the charcoal, again, will run into here. And go out. This only takes out raw coal, and then we have to go and fix the other end of the lead outpost so that it takes the charcoal out of the line and directly inputs it to where it needs to go. So I'm going to fix that before I do anything else. Why is this not... Okay, it's flipped the wrong way. I'm going to fix that before I do anything else. Alright, so I've gone ahead and made it so that when the raw coal / coke comes in, it won't get mixed up anywhere. So first place it goes is here, raw coal in for those 2. This one can take both, and then it goes up here, and before it gets split off anywhere else, raw coal continues up and coke goes to the left. So all our coke should be going into these to feed them a little bit faster than this, just because we have more, we have coke being produced. So again, extra coke goes in here. And coke comes from here, raw coal also goes into here, and iron oxide goes out here. So we're making kind of a second bus. I don't like having multiple buses. This one will come up and around and join up with this when it starts producing things we need. But otherwise for now, let's go ahead and finish decorating this. Oh, perfect. So everything's all plugged in now, except for the quartz. We don't have the quartz plugged in, but everything here seems to be plugged in and it's working. This will get going, and it probably it won't stop until either the tar or the coal gas is full. But otherwise, next up is the quartz mine. Oh, and this is now out of order because now we have charcoal, and we have connected this, and we've connected this. Right, so we'll put these all green. This is also considered decorated. and I have to go ahead and get the tier 0 quartz. What we can also do is be on the lookout to see if the charcoal or the coke goes through the system without any problems. Oh, we're engaged up here. Okay, actually, first I'm going to check the northern gate since we're engaged and not every turret has ammo. The fact that we're not damaged, nothing's getting damaged, is a good sign to me at least. If we check the kills in the past hour, barely anything. Oh, these are trees that I've been killing. So I'm not sure what those have been, but we're not under constant attack. Okay, just checked the northern gate, and it seems like there's nothing damaged up here. We are out of ammo all the way up, which is a big concern, and that's because we are low on ammo down here. But I mean, it's getting slowly filled in all the way up. If there's any issues with it, I'll just walk over and kill all the biters. But for now, I think we should be fine. Okay, so I've set up the skeleton for the crystal mines, but we'll need a ton of iron for that. But for now, I will go ahead and connect up the electricity, and quartz ore should be good to go soon. And here we go. Electricity is all connected up to the northern gate, and in fact, we should already be producing some quartz from this. We are. All right. Well, it's going to flow back down to our base, and for now, let's go ahead and get some more iron so we can produce more mines. Mine only can produce one because we're out of copper. Come on, let's produce some mines before anything else takes up the space. Now we're out of iron again. Okay. Yep, so it's going to be a very slow process. I won't mark it as completed until we have all of it done, but also we need to do a little bit of decorating up there as well. And there we go. Here come our first bits of quartz, and then we'll race it back down in a second. But yeah, our 2 mines are doing well. Otherwise, let's decorate these. Okay, it kind of looks ugly because it's in biter territory, but this is our quartz mine. And let's go ahead and see if the quartz has made it into our glass area, and then pick up some more stone bricks as well as coal gravel to finish decorating. Oh, and we caught up to it, so it hasn't quite reached yet. Let's see if we can grab some stone bricks before it reaches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is good. Coal, gravel. Let's probably grab 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're in time to go see our first bits of quartz being made. Alright, here's a historic moment. And I'm sure this will also kick up our charcoal machines again, but I'm sure this is also a Pi milestone, watching this glass get made. So get some quartz in there. Oh, an autosave. Perfect moment. Oh, okay. So it turns out I wasn't hitting the record button, but I was saying we just made our first bits of glass, which is truly exciting. This is going away, making more charcoal for our system, but it's not being allowed in. So we need to fix how this works. But again, we're making our first bits of glass, but I won't mark it done as completely automated. Well, first of all, until I make the botanical nurseries and get that part set up, but also I would like to finish getting more mines up here as well. Oh, you know, I was thinking maybe I need to fix this, but it seems like there's natural lulls in the rock coal, which should allow the charcoal to sneak in. So we could watch for that. It'd have to be a lull of 50, but there we go. The charcoal is able to sneak in, and now it'll race its way to the to our lead outpost. So we'll have bursts, I guess. So I guess I'll monitor this. If the charcoal ever backs up all the way back here to the point where well, we can't be producing glass when we need to, I'll monitor it or I'll adjust it. But for now, I think the system works well enough. Yeah. So oh, whoopsie. Yeah, so I've decided that I didn't like how the stone brick looked, so instead I'm covering it all up with wood instead. We are headed over to the let outpost to see how it's handling the charcoal. So we should see a group here of charcoal boost in soon. We could also check to see the magazine production, to see if there's any random upticks when we get a whole bunch of charcoal. But let's wait for it to get to this group here, and we could speed up the process. Oh, it seems like there'd be a very large spike, because as I eat the raw coal on this side, it just fills up with more raw coal. So this actually wouldn't feed any charcoal until I guess there was a whole line of charcoal all the way down. Which will not come too often, to be honest. So, I mean, I think the system still works, but it's just a larger chunk of charcoal flying in than I originally thought it would be. Because, yeah, it gets stuck at this input. Actually, I could probably... If I switch it to 1, I don't think it would make it any better. No, it wouldn't. But, yep, that is the status on charcoal. Maybe we'll come back later and see if it's when it fills up to a certain point, when does it bring it in? Because, I mean, if we look at the charcoal, not charcoal, I've been calling it charcoal this whole time, I meant coke. Consumption is pretty normal. Yeah, it's normal. But if we check magazines, there was a spike where we made a couple extra magazines. I mean, so long as it doesn't jam the system, I'm completely fine with it. And it can't jam the system unless I am full of magazines, which I don't think is going to happen. And if it does, hopefully we'll have splitters by then.